Hello friends, my name is Manoj Kumar from Corp IT. In today's video will discuss one of the important component of the Kubernetes, that is CoreDNS. First, we need to understand what exactly the CoreDNS is. So, as per the definition, if you go, CoreDNS is the default DNS server used in Kubernetes cluster. It ensures service and port can communicate with each other seamlessly using domain name instead of IP. So if you remember, you can assign a URL or like a fully qualified domain name to the pod, and in order to resolve that, we have something called CoreDNS. This fully qualified domain name we can assign it using the service. We'll talk later in this video in this series, but in order to resolve those fully qualified domain name, the Kubernetes use something called CoreDNS. So now we understand, okay, what exactly the CoreDNS is, what are the key feature of the CoreDNS is. It's a default name server that comes with a Kubernetes, and it's a lightweight, it's a flexible, and all the deployments in the Kubernetes use in the cubes. Basically, the CoreDNS is deployed in the kube system namespace. We'll also see later on this video. It's a cluster DNS service. And why do we need CoreDNS is the in the Kubernetes? So first thing, we required it for the service discovery, as I stated earlier. So service using the service, you can assign a fully qualified domain name to one of the pod. So in order to resolve that, the core DNS will use, and the pod DNS the resolution. If a pod if a pod want to communicate to the another pod, and in order to resolve that, it use core DNS. And it if a pod want to communicate with the external, then also this will use, and you can also define the custom DNS rule. So let's just see in action. CQCTL get all hyphen a from all the namespace from 0 byte. So we can see we have a service kubedns. This is its IP. The CoreDNS is deployed as a deployment, as you can see over here. This is the replica set regarding the CoreDNS. All this component, like what our replica set, daemon set, deployment, will talk later in the video. But you just need to focus on the CoreDNS thing. Okay. So CoreDNS is running as a service, and this is its IP. Okay. So now we can see there is one of the pod that is also running. So we need to focus on that. Okay. So let's just exec into this pod. Okay. So yes, we are inside this nginx pod, and if we do cat etc resolve, so if you can see this IP that is mentioned over there, it is pointing to the same IP, that is the kubedns IP we have. So basically what exactly happened, this pod, if we want to communicate, it just communicate with the kubedns, and kubedns will decide, okay, which service or where it need to be routed upon, and then it routed. So that's how the CoreDNS work. So yeah, that's all for CoreDNS. In the upcoming video, we'll discuss another component of the Kubernetes and another interesting thing related to the IT. So that's all for this video. Till the time, peace.